Let's see what you need to hear today. Trust that this is a timeless message and that you are able to discern whatever is meant for you and what isn't. As this is a general reading. Alrighty, let's see. We're starting off with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords. This is a very positive thing, I feel like. We have the Queen. The Queen of Cups is a very emotionally mature person. Someone who understands the ebb and flow, the give and the take, and who makes sure that she has enough so she can give back. She takes care, she's a mother, you know. Doesn't mean necessarily that you are female, but it's the energy of this femininity, of this very nurturing and caring human. But as this is also just the queen and not the empress, it's a queen, they're still lacking in some sort of way. With the Ace of Swords here, there's some form of new way of thinking that you're embracing, I think. Something in regards to your mind and your thoughts is new. And I think it's in relation to maybe this part of you that is represented here as the Queen of Cups. Can we get an explanation, please? What is this new thought pattern coming up for the Queen? Oh, I love this! That's so nice. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This dude has been working really hard. You see, he's put in a lot of time and effort to cultivate what he has to this point. Now, it is almost time to harvest, but not yet, not fully. But I think you're embracing all of that which you already put out and seeing it as something that will come back to you and that you will be rewarded for the efforts that you've been putting into your life, especially in regards to how you think. Can we get more? Oh, look at this. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. I find that very interesting. We've had a lot of dichotomy in regards to female and male coming up. But with the King here, in regards to the Queen that we had to start off with, the King, he's mastered whatever craft he's on. So the King of Pentacles has mastered the material world, establishing themselves in the material world financially. But we have this here in reverse. So I think what I'm sensing here is this change of perspective. So before, if you were creating or doing things in this life for the sake of financial stability and finding safety in the material world, I find you are now looking more after your emotional satisfaction and happiness. Yes. And I think this was something that took you quite a while, but now you're in this new headspace where you're like, no, I know that the material is just a part of it. And by the way, the emotions are also just a part of it, right? But yet you're stepping more into the flow of things. Rather than the proactive nature, you're allowing things to develop and unravel as they have to. Okay, we're gonna get more. Can we get information on the situation as of right now? And we're gonna use tiny cards, because you're cute. What is happening right now for the collective that this is coming up? This dichotomy. Oh, okay. We're gonna take you all, my dears. Where are we? Well, we have so many. Let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alrighty. I love these cards so much. They're so beautiful. But I'm just gonna go through them here and explain to you what's going on. And I'm feeling called to do it in the order I saw them. All right, here we go. We have the Six of Swords. Being in a situation where you're now moving away into calmer waters. You might have come from a place of instability, just storms all around you. And now you're sailing away, literally moving away from what was doing that to you, you know, and embracing a new beginning. And we have, again, the water element and the mind connecting. It's like your emotions and your thoughts are starting to align more and more, making it so your actions, which is, by the way, the wands, can be also aligned. And once your actions are aligned, we have the last, which is the material, which will also align. Now, with the Emperor, I'm sensing here the sense of power. the sense of trust in yourself. And if the queens are all but a quarter of what the empress is, then the kings are all but a quarter of what the emperor is. So what I'm sensing here is you're kind of trying to, in this emotionally and mental new state that you are in, embrace your own power, your inherent power, and your ability to stabilize through making these choices. With the Six of Pentacles, there is a call for reciprocity. Something in regards to you being able to give back, getting to a place of being able to give back, whether to yourself or others. We're gonna keep going. We have the King of Cups in reverse, and we have the Star. You release this King of Cups in reverse. What I'm sensing is, again, we have a lot of cards these days coming out, and I think it to me signals that there's a lot of interpersonal things being mulled over, processed, changing. The Knight of Cups. Oh no, did I say King? Was I saying King? You guys will know, and I will know when I edit. But the Knight of Cups. Okay, now this is even more sensible, if that makes sense. But you have surpassed the stage of being a Knight of Cups. The Knight is still early. He's not as early as a page, but he's still slow process of moving towards this emotional maturity that the King and the Queen represent and that they have already reached. And here we have you kind of surpassing that and stepping into this Queen energy, into this new mind space of like really keeping an eye on the give and take of your life. Yes, on where you give too much or where you don't receive enough, and vice versa, like where you're not giving enough to people, you know. I think you're trying to observe yourself from this parameter, if that makes sense. The Star is the last of the small cards coming out for the situation right now. So the Star speaks on your light. It speaks on your uniqueness, on that which makes you brilliant, literally. And I think what makes you brilliant is something that you're trying to embrace more. You might have dealt, this is also stuff that's been coming up, but like maybe some sort of shame or fear that kept you. But you are finding the stability, the Emperor. You're working on this through your abilities and through this belief in your own brilliance. Does that make sense? And then also your belief, this is like symbiosis. So like your own belief is also allowing for you to find more stability and making choices that align more with yourself. Yes, which was this moving away from whatever is keeping you stuck in an effort to find balance between the give and take in your life. Okay, we're getting there. Do you feel it? Okay, we're getting there. I'm feeling called to get you a quote here. What's going on? Also, I'm gonna see how long we can do this. It's a bit of a stormy day today, and I don't know how long we'll have light for. So I'll have to keep an eye on it. Okay. I picked you some. Let me check. Okay, what needs to be spoken on? The sage never tries to store things up. The more he does for others, the more he has. The more he gives to others, the greater his abundance. This is from the Tao Te Ching, which I have also a affirmations video on if you're interested. But yeah, again, this call for the give and take and looking at it. But now there's this, maybe you were in a way judging yourself from a place of like, am I doing too much or too little? And maybe even feeling like you were doing one or the other. And now you're kind of embracing this thing of like, whatever I'm doing this for the greater good. I'm doing this for a long-term abundance for myself and for others. So even if right now in the situation that you are in, you're making choices that seemingly seem to be selfish, as in, for example, cutting people out of your life or like stepping away from situation, places and things that you feel are no longer aligned with where you want to go in your life. It might seem selfish, it might be perceived as such, and maybe even from you. But what I'm sensing is this is for the greater good. This is still long term if you zoom out. And it's right, look where I placed it. It's right on top of this. So this is part of the work that you have to do to receive at the end. And my ear just blocked. So I feel like that's a confirmation and also a sign that there's the weather is going to shift soon. Okay, we have knowing harmony is constancy. Knowing constancy is enlightenment. I love this. I love this. I'm just going to let that stand there, I think. Do I want to say any more about it? No, I think it's just this concept of like underlying everything, every discomfort, every situation that possibly could be perceived as negative or selfish or something. That in the bigger scheme of things, it is in the effort of achieving harmony, right? And this underlying harmony is then the consistency that is gonna lead to your harvest. Because you're making these choices with the understanding that what you are trying to achieve is harmony within yourself and with others. Okay, we have your heart knows the way, run in that direction, by the lovely Rumi, which I also have an affirmations video on, and not a lot of people have seemed to have found it or liked it, but I love that guy. I would check him out. He is like the probably most famous Sufist out there. Sufism is the esoteric Islamic direction. I don't know the word here, but basically it's the belief that at the center all that is love. Everything is love. So it's similar in its approach to this union and the way it looks at it as the East does, but it's not in the East, or like it's in the Middle East. And I just want to say, this is a side note, but us calling it Middle East and East, I was listening to a lady's lecture on this, I think, and she was mentioning how like this is all a matter of perspective. We're calling it that because of the Eurocentric way of how we have decided to label the world. And maybe this is something to speak on as well, like this idea that make sure that you understand why you say the things you do, how you look at the things you do, and where potentially there is preconceived notions within yourself and within others that are dictating your actions and your thoughts. Try to acknowledge it, try to see it, But at the end of the day, we're going to return to Rumi, just as Rumi believes that he will always return back to love, and that he has. He has a beautiful quote saying, and I'm going to butcher it because I don't remember the actual word for word of the quote, but it's something about, when I am put down into the earth, do not cry for me, for I am being reunited with all that is, which is love. It was very much not the quote fully, but the sentiment is this one. So in that trust, let that trust be the guide. Let that trust allow you to feel okay, even in times of turbulence, even in times of getting negative feedback, either within yourself, you're finding yourself judging yourself again too much, or like being, hypercritical or falling into patterns that aren't healthy for you. But equally in other people, if other people are having negative reactions, or you know what I mean? Like, trust that what you are doing is making sure that you have enough to give back eventually. If you're now pulling yourself back and your energy back, it's for the sake of that in the long run. Okay, we have one more of these quotes, and I think this has to be a little bit of a shorter message. I will continue to renew my mind with positive words. Yeah, you should. This idea of like, if you don't believe in yourself, you're gonna have repeating thought patterns that will always like confirm you in this, and you don't even note, if you don't realize what your inherent thought patterns are, you're just gonna fall into them over and over again. So here's the call to recognize that, but I think you have, because we're gonna go again here. We started the reading with the Ace of Swords there, right? So I think you are embracing these new ways of thinking. You're introducing new ways of thinking, maybe even working with affirmations, with positive self-talk, introducing conscious time in your day to make sure that you are okay. And that rhymes. I love it. I think I need to let you go because it's getting really dark. Like the sky's gray. You can still see me, okay? I'm just rhyming. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna let you go, but with a bit of guidance, my dear. And I think you needed that. I don't know if you saw it on the camera, but this jumped right out. My dear, my dear, my dear, my dear. It's okay to celebrate you. It's okay to be joyous, to have fun, and to seem happy. Maybe you feel guilty for being happy. You shouldn't be guilty for being happy. You being happy has come through a lot of effort and turbulence. This card, by the way, came out in reverse. That's why I feel like there's maybe some sort of a block within yourself to embrace celebration. The Four of Wands is celebrating. It is coming back home, having achieved something, and the people around you being like, yay, that's awesome, we love you and we celebrate you. And allowing that to happen, allowing yourself to be celebrated for these changes you've made, for how much you've already grown. And again, don't judge yourself by milestones, of other people. Judge yourself by yourself. Like, look at your own patterns and how you are able to move out of it. And don't judge yourself for how fast or slow it goes, because time doesn't exist, dear. You just gotta keep walking, okay? Yeah, so we have that. We have the celebrate yourself. Allow yourself to be celebrated, to be recognized, maybe even feeling the support, like having some sort of a meditation where you feel the support. And actually, a meditation of mine is coming to mind. I'm gonna have to link all the videos that I've mentioned in this one, but I have a meditation to like connect with your ancestors. This is a meditation, by the way, that was based on a meditation that I was doing myself. I was in meditative state, and this image came to me of like there being a portal in your heart, and that's where everyone that loves you and cares for you, and everything that is, and that you can enter it and spend time with your loved ones. And I wrote a meditation about it, so I will link that. Maybe there's something there for you. And am I gonna let you go? Am I gonna let you go? Okay. I think I am being called by the trees to let you go. I'm gonna just do one more, okay, of these. One more. Please don't rain on me. I'll be right out, my dears. It's getting late, okay. Surrender yourself humbly. Then you can be trusted to care for all things. Another one from the Tao Te Ching. Surrender yourself to all that is. Surrender yourself to the love that precedes everything and that is everlasting. And trust in that. And you will be guided to a place where you are able to give back. Believe in it, my dear. Believe in it. I believe in it. I know I'm doing it already and I'm so excited. But I know that, you know, everything we do in this life, we do have free will. So it is your choice how you wanna, how trustworthy you are, how loving you are. Yeah, and I am losing my thoughts. I'm really sensing I need to go. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much if you made it up to here. Bye-bye, my dears.